So one of the ways that we can do that we can fight, that we can rip out root and branch this demonic political sadism, counter-oppression that we're seeing in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination and all these tragedies across our country, is to not shut up. Because the biggest thing, and the thing that's driven me nuts more than anything else, the biggest thing that the left and the secular have shouted at us over time, over the last 10 years especially, was to shut up and to not talk about things. Don't talk about us cutting off healthy body parts of children. Don't talk about the racist stuff we're teaching your kids in schools. Don't talk about the COVID vax. Don't talk about the war in Ukraine. Don't talk about this. Shut up. And sadly, a lot of people, myself included, said, okay, yes, Daddy, tell me what to do. But now, the game has changed now. It is no longer an option to shut up. It is no longer an option to stay quiet. It is no longer an option to not talk about things, especially value-driven things and your values, because Charlie was killed for it. Charlie was murdered for the only reason that he voiced his First Amendment rights. The banner that was under the tent that he was in when he was assassinated said, "Jesus is Lord, prove me wrong." Words. That was what got Charlie killed. I don't like what Charlie Kirk says, so I'm going to get a deer hunting rifle with a 30-plus caliber round and take out half of his neck. So for us to not get loud, to not get frantic about what we believe in and what Charlie believed in, would be to spit in the face of his memory. And I mean that. And I'm making this episode very, very clear because I am forcing myself to step my game up in this as well. We must get very loud, and tell everyone else who says that you should not be to screw off. You're not welcome here. You are not. You're a pansy. You're a wuss. You're weak. Get off of our team. We don't want you. Because guess what? We got a militia of people that Charlie talked to that are chomping at the bit to come up to take their place, and they should. Because this is where the left has kicked our asses, and the secular has kicked our asses for the last 50, 60 years at least. They have not shut up. They have not obeyed. They have not said, yes, Daddy, when we have asked nicely. And we should ask nicely in some cases. But not when they bite your hand. Not when they kick you in the teeth. Not when they assassinate Charlie Kirk. We must stop asking nicely. We need to. It is not an option to ask nicely anymore. And we must force our hand on this side as well. We must inspire other people to raise their voices, to stand up. I am not putting my pronouns in my email signature, Mr. and Mrs. Corporate Executive. I am not flying a rainbow flag outside of my church, Mr. and Mrs. Pastor. I am not getting my child vaccinated with the COVID vax school board. What are you going to do? We need to get up in their grill, respectfully and with virtue, but get up in their grill and challenge them like they have with us, because we have the better ideas. We've proven that. Even when we haven't fought, we've proven that. It only took one guy to start fighting, Donald Trump. One guy, and I know he's the president of the United States, and I know he's one of the most famous men in the history of the world. It took one guy, and it changed the entire conversation. Imagine millions of that, and we will get millions of that if we do this right. Because Donald Trump inspired people like Charlie Kirk and J.D. Vance and Benny Johnson and Tucker Carlson to do the exact same thing. Candace Owens, do the exact same thing. So on that point with us, we need to show up with actual ideas, counter arguments, and things that are constructive, like Charlie did every single time he showed up. Charlie Kirk never got into an emotional he said, she said, you're stupid, I'm smart argument. Charlie brought receipts every single time he debated somebody. He never let his emotions get the best of him, ever. Versus the things that the left brings, that the secular brings, that only destroy and do nothing more than to make the issues completely based on feelings or on facts. This is where we've also been wrong. And I've been very impressed with Ben Shapiro in the last couple of days. He's been very clear on this. So good for Ben. And I've been hard on Ben in the past. But Ben has been great on this. But this is one thing where Ben has gone wrong in the past. Facts don't care about your feelings. Wrong. Facts and feelings matter. We must reason with people, as Charlie did, but, and as Ben has advocated for, but that involves going where he went, where Charlie went, and with a passion. We need to bring feelings into this. The feelings of goodness also. It is good to get married. It is good to have a family. It is good to be a Christian. It is good to be all of these things. So, if anybody is watching this that is wondering what is going to happen with me or with anybody else that I know, at least, that is in this space, we will not shut up. We will not obey. No more. No mas. The days of the Mr. Nice Guy conservative Christian class are over. Particularly in my generation, in Gen Z, they are over. No more Hawaiian shirts, pleated khakis, youth pastor, beer gut. No more. You may have killed Charlie, but you've given birth to thousands, if not more, and probably more, of people who are wired just like him and believe what he believed and did what he did. And you should hope and pray that we are not as effective. And we won't be in single-person fashion. We will never replace Charlie Kirk in terms of a sole person that did what he did. We will never replace that. You're right. But collectively, we will rise up and we will overwhelm you. And we will do that joyfully and happily because we're right and you're wrong. Our ideas are good. Your ideas are evil. And at the end of the day, that always is what matters because good will always win.